Wallace and Gromit's latest adventure, the delightfully whimsical Vengeance Most Fowl, celebrates the joys of doing things the old-fashioned way in a world increasingly focused on automation. The film personifies the push and pull between the old-fashioned and newfangled through a new character for the beloved franchise, Norbot. Invented by Wallace to help his canine best friend in the garden, the nifty, odd-jobbing robot gnome immediately grates on Gromit's last nerve. While Wallace has good intentions, he's lost touch with some of life's simple pleasures, like giving Gromit a pat on the head. With hot-button topics like the rise of AI on the minds of everyone in Hollywood, this concept may seem like a no-brainer, but the idea has actually been percolating for over 20 years with the Aardman Animations team. After all, who can attest to the power of taking it slow more than a crew of stop-motion animators? Wallace and Gromit creator and Vengeance Most Fowl co-director Nick Park recalls discussing the idea during the creative process of 2005's Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. It didn't end up fitting into that film, but he brought the idea to screenwriter Mark Burton a few years ago, and it stuck. It felt like the time had come, Burton says. We're not Luddites. The theme is about balance with technology. It's very much a story about Aardman itself, but it's also that relationship where technology is great, and it's something you should embrace, but make sure it doesn't get in the way of human things and human relationships. Enter Norbot. To have a character like Norbot, who physically gets in the way of Wallace and Gromit's relationship, felt like a very strong metaphor for that theme, Burton adds. With the film's message hinging on the tiny red and green robot, his design had to be just right. He needed to have some structure to him, in terms of straight lines and being quite less organic than feathers. Wallace and Gromit, co-director Merlin Crossingham tells Variety. Puppet designer and King says the early stages of designing Norbot involved nailing down his size in relation to Wallace and Gromit, perfecting his pallid gray skin tone, and working out the movement of his mouth. An early design gave him lips, but that idea was quickly scrapped. King studied the movement of ventriloquist dummies to get his jaw hinges just right.